Infinite Life Sutra, Chapter 4, Part 2. One creates obstacles for oneself by being unable to give. Reading Liao Fan's 4 lessons is a good basis for developing the paramita of giving. Understanding the truth of cause and effect, one will have the courage and joy to let go. When letting go of what one is destined to have, one will simply find it coming back from somewhere else. One will not be able to discard what one was meant to have, nor will one be able to keep what one was not meant to have. Furthermore, using devious means will not return it either, but will instead bring disaster. The life of a human being is mapped out at birth. Bodhisattvas, heavenly beings, or kings of the underworld do not control fate. Fate is determined by the causes one planted in previous lives. Thus one will either experience suffering or happiness in this life. However, one's thoughts, speech, or behavior, resulting in good or bad karma, can change fate. Giving is not discarding, but gaining. It is actually a way of earning interest, but even more secure than that of a bank. Banks can go bankrupt. The value of $1 may fall. However, the value with the acts of true giving will not diminish. The second principle is precept observation. Its extended meaning is to follow the laws and customs wherever or whenever they apply. It is essential to practice giving before precept observation, because without giving to neutralize the greed, one is unable to observe the precepts. For example, when greed is in control, one thinks only of ways to possess wealth, not how to observe laws. Cultivating the 10 good conducts always brings good results. Although the result is good, this will only help one to reach heaven. However, one is still mired in reincarnation. On the other hand, observing the precepts brings the profound benefits of transcending reincarnation. The third principle is patience. It teaches us to be patient in everything we do and say. It takes great patience to transcend the cycle of life and death. For all its simplicity and ease, Buddha name chanting method calls for patience in maintaining continuity without doubt or interminglings. Though it may be hard at first, the result is attaining a certain degree of purity of mind, which brings out the true self, the joy, true happiness, giving one the utmost enjoyment in life. With patience, Buddha name chanting elevates one's state of mind, level by level, enabling one to experience utmost happiness. The practice of giving is the first level, precept observation the second, and patience the third. Like constructing a building while disregarding the first level, not being able to give will hinder one from reaching the second or third levels. The fourth principle is diligence. Diligence is being skillful and focusing on only one specialty, which brings a meaningful outcome. To succeed, one needs to concentrate on one method. People who attained achievements in this world initially specialized in one method. For those who study a variety of fields simultaneously, it is very hard to rise above the ones who have specialized. Upon reaching a certain level through profound cultivation on one method, we end affliction and open our mind. The more we focus on one simple method, the faster we progress. The more we intermingle with numerous difficult methods, the slower we progress. Because all sutras originate from self-nature, when one thoroughly comprehends one sutra, one comprehends all sutras. The fifth principle is concentration. Insight gained from the practice of concentration helps us to truly suppress afflictions. The sixth principle is wisdom. With firm concentration we can awaken our realization, turning affliction into enlightenment, and thus truly severing our afflictions. At this point, one thoroughly comprehends the true reality of life in the universe, understanding clearly cause and effect, thereby attaining the great liberation. For those undelivered sentient beings, let them be crossed over to the shore. For those sentient beings who have not had the chance to encounter the Buddhist teachings, let the seed be planted so that in the future they will encounter these teachings. For those already delivered, let them attain Buddhahood. For those who, with good roots, able to accept the Buddhist teaching, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will help them to progress rapidly to Buddhahood. The Infinite Life Sutra is the password that the Buddha gave us to go to the Western Pure Land. Although we possess it, it may not be ours to use. Only when we are familiar with and practice its teachings does it become ours to use. When lacking good roots, good fortune, merit causes us in conditions from the past, all one has to do is to nurture more in the present. Studying, reciting, and comprehending the sutras will help to break through doubt and instill unwavering belief in the Pure Land. I would rather firmly and gallantly seek the proper enlightenment than make offerings as boundless as the Ganges sands to the sages. The Ganges is the largest river in India, but the sand is fine as flour. It is often used in the sutras to describe an uncountable number. Making offerings to innumerable Buddhas and Bodhisattvas brings incredible good fortune, yet this fortune can only be enjoyed in the three good realms of reincarnation. Rather than staying in reincarnation, a Pure Land practitioner should put all their efforts into attaining rebirth in the Western Pure Land.